northeast from El Campo to Pierce. This cell is moving about, I would say about 20 to 25 miles per hour, again, in this northeasterly direction. But this is that active tornado warning. People affected right now, primarily, notice almost 27,000 people. So again, if you know anybody near El Campo toward Pierce in Wharton County, this is the tornado warning that's in effect through 2:45 this afternoon. This is, again, the type of activity that can really cause damage. So if you are in this area, go inside immediately. Make sure you can text, call any loved ones, friends that are also in the area and say, hey, right now, this is the time where you need to take action. Move into the most interior portion of your home. I'll give you a broad view of our radar. We've been tracking several areas that are really capable of having strong enough winds that they can produce even straight lined wind damage that can have similar impacts as a tornado. So from Katy into Cypress, closing in on Spring to Conroe, these are areas that are going to be close to probably seeing some couplets. You can see how strong these thunderstorms are. They're continuing to grow in intensity. We were expecting this at about this hour, between about 2 to 5 p.m. That's really when I thought that we would see the strongest cells. But right now in Wharton County, this is our active tornado warning. This couplet is moving right along 59. So from El Campo to Wharton. Now, once this passes over Wharton County, what we're going to notice is this same thunderstorm, if it holds together and it keeps its intensity, this will travel eventually eastward, closer into areas like Beasley or into Needville. I can put a track on this. I'll stop the radar loop so you can just get a good look at what's going on right now. I'll put this into a track formation for you. It's moving at about 25 miles per hour. So here's a good lineup for you of who will be coming next. So you can also be prepared for what's going to be moving into the future. So notice, looking ahead here, from near Boiling to Needville toward Wharton Regional, this is over the next 7 minutes to 8 minutes. This is what's going to be moving in an easterly direction. Now, if it does hold together, but if it does, it's very capable of producing hail, damaging wind, very heavy downpours. Some of our rainfall rates have already been about 1/2 to 1.5 inches of rain. So we could easily be picking up about 2 to 3 inches of rain in a pretty short period of time today. And the hail can also do some damage on your roof, on your car. But as far as any spin in the atmosphere, that's when you can get trees that are down that can also do damage, not only in your home, but can also really cause damage all around the area. So from El Campo into Pierce, those are the areas right now of main concern. Keep in mind, Wharton County, this is still in effect through 2:45 this afternoon. I'm going to broaden this out. So again, you can see that even though it's in Wharton County, we are expecting this same cell to move in an easterly direction. And notice let me do that one more time here for you. I know, live TV. Let me get this one more time for you. Let me get the latest track. This is just taking its time. All right, so putting the track right here, right along Pierce. It's moving about 25 miles per hour to the east. And again, Wharton, getting into Burr to potentially Needville, Fairchilds. These are areas over the next 25 to even an hour that if this thunderstorm holds together, it could turn severe very quickly. So when we have high humidity and really warm temperatures, it doesn't take much to see some spin in the atmosphere. We were expecting that. Our tornado threat did increase, and so did the entire severe weather aspect of this, pretty much across the entire area. Now let me get back to a few other areas of concern. From Cypress also into Tomball, we've had reports of hail, and notice all of the lightning that is packed right in that same particular area. But really the primary concern with the rotation is one right on top of El Campo, and that's just west of 59. And this is, even though it's moving east around 25 miles per hour, this is still going to be the primary concern of damage, but also this can impact lives. You want, if you know anybody in Wharton County, text them immediately and say, do you know that you're under an active tornado warning? So this is issued by the National Weather Service. This just came down moments ago. This tornado warning is in effect until 2:45. We have not only the potential of spin, damaging winds, hail across the board. So if you are in Wharton County, you want to take shelter immediately. Move into the most interior portion space in your home. Do not attempt to go outside. Again, this is the type of weather that can really cause damage. Notice right along 59. So even though the cell has moved from El Campo, it's starting that northeast movement. It's now going to be heading a little bit closer into Wharton. So from El Campo to Pierce to Wharton, all of these areas in Wharton County are going to see the threat of the potential of rotation and the potential of damage. Then most of this, as this moves eastward and it holds together, I would then say, hey, heads up Needville. And as we continue through Wharton County, moving then into Fort Bend County, that will be the next line of motion, and that'll be the next area of the potential of threats there. So active tornado warning, just kind of resetting you here. I know some of you watching on TV are kind of tuning in and tuning out, but I want you to take a good look at exactly where this cell is, and it's moving around 25 miles per hour. So the good news is, I would say we've even, as I've been on air for about the past, couple of minutes, it's already started to shift from El Campo into Pierce. And this is exactly where the National Weather Service is watching right now. This is where the hail detector is starting to come on, and this is going to slide right along 59 and closing into Wharton here over about the next 10 minutes or so. So moving at 25 miles per hour, it is moving nicely. That is good to see. It's not sitting, it's not stalling, but the problem is with any type of rotation, all of these areas will see a threat for damage and the potential of an active tornado on the ground. Now, we don't have confirmation of that. That takes the National Weather Service to go and actually survey the damage if we do hear any reports of damage. If you know anyone that's in this area and you're safely able to call them or talk to them, ask them, if they are hearing anything. Hopefully they're, again, inside in the most interior portion of their house. You want to limit the chance of any debris potentially harming you or your family or your friends. So that's why move into your safe space. That is the biggest takeaway. When you see an active tornado warning, you want to go into the safest room, into the most interior part of your home, and take cover. Action needs to be taken now. So anytime there's a tornado warning, that's when it's saying, hey, take action. An immediate threat is happening right now. And that's why we're cutting in to TV to help you stay safe and to keep any of your friends and family also in Wharton County safe as well. Damage is expected, and it's probably likely, even if we don't have an actual tornado that touches the ground. We could see strong enough winds that could also do very similar damage. So an active tornado warning issued by the National Weather Service in effect until 2:45 this afternoon, capable of producing damaging wind. We are picking up reports of some hail, very heavy downpours. When you see the red like that on the radar, that is blinding rain right along 59. That's traveling anywhere from Pierce into Wharton. This is all in Wharton County, but take note of this because this could be moving even into areas like Fort Bend County and closing in on potentially southern Harris County. We are all under a tornado watch. So I'll kind of give you a little bit of a reset here and show you other areas from not only Wharton County, but notice moving away from Katy. I'll drive you now even into areas like Pinehurst to Spring. Notice along 45, Oak Ridge North. Look at all of that lightning. These are all areas very capable of seeing some damage as well. From New Waverly into Point Blank, a lot of lightning with those cells as well. But the main concentration here, I'll bring you back into Wharton County, give you a little bit of a reset. So notice it's primarily only in Wharton County, but as the cell starts to move eastward and it's moving up 59, The next on the list is going to be Fort Bend County, and that's what I'm preparing you now for. Those are areas that will be next that'll be saying the same thing. It's time to take shelter. But right now, really the immediate threat is in Wharton County from El Campo to Pierce. And you know what? I can zoom in a little bit tighter. I'm just tracking this cell for you live. McKay. Now from Pierce to McKay to Wharton, are you familiar with this area? If you are, again, give somebody a heads up. If you can call or text someone and say this is an immediate threat right over McKay. This is then heading to Wharton. It's moving about 25 to maybe even 30 miles per hour. I mean, just being live on TV over the past 10 minutes or so, we've seen this move right along 59. Take shelter now. Anytime you see an active tornado warning, that should immediately alarm you and tell you, hey, I need to take action. So you want to seek the most interior portion of your house. You want to make sure nobody is outside. That is number one. If a tree were to fall, if debris is flying around, that is when it can get serious really, really fast. So with an active tornado warning right over McKay, this is heading into Wharton, and it's all in Wharton County. But again, it's going to be right on the cusp now between Wharton and pushing almost a little bit closer into Fort Bend County. So you want to take action. You want to seek in the most interior part of your room, and then notice, yes, it's moving, but with that being said, it's keeping its energy. So we're going to watch even from a New Gulf, which is right on the cusp where the tornado warning ends. And that's also where Fort Bend County is just ahead of. So this cell moving over Wharton will then head and cross right into Fort Bend County, the western portion of it, over about the next 20 minutes. And those will be the next areas that will also pick up heavy downpours, likely some hail, the potential of damaging winds, and the potential of rotation in the atmosphere. We have seen this morning through our midday, where that's where we were starting to see some of these storms really pick up, but they just started to intensify. We are also starting to pick up even radar detected spin, notice in Montgomery County as well. So I would say if you're in Spring to Conroe, I'm going to zoom into this area as well. We don't have a tornado warning on this, but it's still very possible that we could see even some straight line wind damage. Take a look. I tell you who right now is seeing some really strong winds and a lot of lightning is the Woodlands. All right, just got confirmation from the National Weather Service. They did just expire the tornado warning. So I'm going to get you back to your regular programming. I know you were probably enjoying it, but if we get a tornado warning, I'm going to jump on just to try to keep you and your family safe. Okay, take care. We'll keep you posted right here.